Have you ever noticed that no matter how much food you put out for your cat, they still act as if they're searching for something more? The truth is that cats view mealtime very differently than we do. In today's video, you'll discover how your cat sees food, why a bowl that's always full can lead to unexpected problems, and how small changes in your routine can transform your feline companion's behavior and well-being. And if you enjoy learning more about your pet's behavior and want to provide them with a happier, healthier life, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Here, our videos are made with care and responsibility, especially for you. When we see a cat peacefully sleeping on the couch or waiting for mealtime, we often forget that they descend from incredibly efficient hunters. Despite thousands of years living alongside humans, the feline brain remains remarkably similar to that of their wild ancestors. In nature, cats had to spend a large part of their day searching for, stalking, and capturing small prey in order to survive. Even though food now arrives ready in a bowl, those instincts have never disappeared. They are still very much present and continue to influence many of your cat's behaviors. That's why so many cats love chasing toys, hiding before pouncing, or suddenly racing through the house for no apparent reason. These activities allow them to express deeply rooted natural behaviors. And this is where a surprising discovery comes in. Your cat probably doesn't see food the same way you do. To them, food is part of a much larger process connected to hunting and reward. Many pet parents believe that keeping a food bowl constantly full is a sign of love and care. After all, it seems comforting to know that a cat can eat whenever they want. However, this practice doesn't always match the way felines evolved. For thousands of years, their ancestors had to search for food multiple times a day, using both physical and mental energy to earn every meal. When food is available all the time, an important part of that process simply disappears. In addition, free feeding can bring some unwanted effects. Many cats begin eating out of habit or boredom, consuming more calories than they actually need. Over time, this can contribute to weight gain and lower levels of physical activity. But there's another aspect that is even less well known: the lack of feeding-related challenges. A cat's brain is programmed to expect a sequence of events before receiving a reward. When that entire experience is replaced by a simple bowl that is always full, some cats may become more restless, seek stimulation in inappropriate ways, or seem constantly dissatisfied, even when they have more than enough food available. To understand why so many cats seem dissatisfied even while living in safe homes and receiving high-quality food, it's important to remember the cycle that has been part of feline nature for thousands of years. First comes the hunt, then the meal, followed by grooming, and finally rest. This pattern did not emerge by chance. A cat's entire body and mind evolved to function this way. Energy was directed toward locating prey. Capturing it brought the reward of food, and only then could the animal relax, knowing they had completed a task essential for survival. Even though domestic cats no longer need to hunt to stay alive, their brains still expect something similar to happen. The problem is that, inside the home, this cycle is often interrupted right from the start. The hunt simply disappears. The cat wakes up, walks to the food bowl, and finds a meal waiting. They eat, but they do not always experience the sense of accomplishment their instincts are expecting. It's like watching only the ending of a movie without seeing the rest of the story. That's why some cats look for other ways to satisfy this need. They chase objects around the house, attack toys with unexpected intensity, or turn ordinary moments into opportunities to simulate hunting behaviors. Another factor that makes this cycle so important is the way the brain responds during the hunt. The pursuit, anticipation, and capture activate mechanisms related to reward and motivation. When a cat has the opportunity to pursue and achieve a goal, they experience a much greater sense of satisfaction than the one provided by food alone. For this reason, the most important part of the process is not always the meal itself, but everything that happens before it. The challenge is part of the reward. When this natural cycle is not fulfilled, some cats look for other ways to burn off their physical and mental energy. This may show up as excessive meowing, late-night zoom eyes around the house, chasing family members' feet, or biting during play sessions. Many pet parents assume these behaviors happen because their cat simply has a more energetic personality. In some cases, the real cause is much simpler: a lack of opportunities to behave like a cat. On the other hand, when we successfully recreate parts of this cycle at home, the benefits can be remarkable. A cat who has the chance to stalk, capture, eat, and then rest tends to display greater calmness and balance. They are not only using physical energy, but also fulfilling emotional and instinctive needs that are deeply rooted in their nature. That is exactly why understanding this cycle is one of the most important steps toward understanding feline behavior and improving your companion's quality of life. The good news is that you don't need to make drastic changes to help your cat satisfy their instincts in a healthy way. In fact, small adjustments to their daily routine can produce surprising results. One of the most effective strategies is creating a brief hunting session before each meal. Just a few minutes with a feather wand toy, a toy that mimics the movement of prey, or any object that captures your cat's interest can be enough. The key is allowing them to observe, stalk, plan their movements, and have the opportunity to pounce. This type of activity stimulates areas of the brain associated with natural feline behaviors and prepares the animal for the next stage of the cycle. However, there is one fundamental rule that many pet parents overlook. The cat needs to win the hunt. If the prey escapes every single time, the game can end up creating frustration rather than satisfaction. Once your cat successfully captures their prey, that is the ideal moment to offer their meal. This simple sequence recreates what their ancestors did every day in the wild. Many pet parents report that their cats become calmer after following this routine and show fewer behaviors associated with boredom and anxiety. For people with busy schedules, interactive feeders can also be excellent tools. These devices require cats to solve small challenges in order to access their food, making mealtime more stimulating and helping keep their minds engaged throughout the day. Instead of finding an entire meal immediately available, they become active participants in the process. Another important detail that is often overlooked is the container from which the food is served. A cat's whiskers are extremely sensitive and function as highly sophisticated sensors for the surrounding environment. When a bowl is too deep or too narrow, the whiskers may constantly brush against the sides during meals, causing discomfort for some cats. This issue can make eating less comfortable or even lead a cat to avoid the bowl altogether. That's why wider, shallower dishes are often a better choice. When we combine playtime before meals, opportunities for mental stimulation, and a comfortable eating environment, we are doing much more than simply feeding our cats. We are respecting needs that are deeply connected to their nature, helping them live more balanced, healthy, and happy lives. Perhaps the most important discovery is that your cat does not see food the same way we do. For them, a meal is not just about satisfying hunger. It is part of a much deeper instinct that involves exploring, pursuing, achieving, and being rewarded. Now we'd love to hear from you. How does your cat's feeding routine work? Do they have set meal times, use interactive feeders, or have access to food throughout the day? Share your experience in the comments. And let's continue learning together about the fascinating world of cats. If you enjoyed this video, share it with other animal lovers like you. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss more content about the behavior of our beloved pets. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.